Hello everyone, I'm Nandini Pamudika. This is my second video of the API Manager Tooling series. In the first video, I explained why we need to use an API CTL. If you haven't watched my first video yet, I invite you to watch it first before watching this. So in this second video, I'm going to show you the getting started guide with the WSO2 API Manager Tooling. Here's the plan. We are going to start with downloading API CTL and then trying some basic commands like adding an environment, list environments, and list APIs. I'm going to this WSO2 API Manager documentation for the 3.10 release, and this is the getting started guide. And here you can see different topics available in the doc. So I'm going to start with downloading. So I'm going to the web page of API Manager, and there you can find the tooling page, and there you have the DevOps tooling, and under that you have a tool for different OS types, and I'm going to download the Linux 64-bit version of the tool. And yes, it's getting downloaded. And yeah, so we have downloaded the tool now. So this is the tool I just downloaded. Now I'm going to the command line. When I list the going to extract it. So it get extracted to an API CT edit, and from there now we have downloaded the tool. So we are going to use it. So when we execute commands available for the tool, so like this, you'll be getting the same response if you execute the help command for this API CTL. And for each of the available commands, you can see the help. So let's see the version we are using. I just downloaded the latest version. So yes, as you can see, it is the 3.13 version of the API CTL. And just to mention that since this is the 3.13 or 3.1x version, it is compatible only with the API Manager 3.10 version. So now I'm going to add an environment. So this is the command we have to use. Let's see what are the flags. So the commands we have to use with this add environment command. So I just executed the help command for that. And as you can see, there are several options which we can add the environments. So you can either add API Manager and token endpoints for an environment, and or else without the API Manager endpoint, you can add the other 5 endpoints: the registration, publisher, dev portal, admin, and the token. So, or else you can add, if you have a different registration endpoint than the default ones, you can add it like this. So as mentioned in this help command, the environment and the token flags are mandatory. So the other set of flags you can use as required. You can either use the API flag or likewise. So I have 2 environments. This is my dev environment and running in the 9443. In 9444, I have the prod environment. So I'm going to add these 2 environments to my API CTL. So this is how I'm going to do it. API CTL add environment -c. I'm going to provide the environment name as dev, and then I have to provide the API Manager endpoint, since I am running both the setups locally. I have the host name as localhost. You can use your host names as required. So one thing to mention, as I mentioned in my introduction video also, you can use this API CTL to migrate APIs in between different environments, but you need to have the same API manager version. So I'm using, since we are using API CTL 3.13 version, I'm using the API Manager Tooling environment. So now I have added the dev environment like this. Now I'm going to add my prod environment, which is running in 9444 port, which is with the one port offset. So I have now successfully added my dev environment and the prod environment. Now let's see by listing my environment. So I'm just executing the list environments commands, and it lists down the available environments like dev and prod. So now this is my dev environment, and I have 3 APIs in this, which is running in 9443 port. So I'm going to list the available APIs in my dev environment. So list APIs, and we have to provide the flag environment. And when we execute, since we haven't logged into this dev environment previously, it asks us to log into the environment. So we have provided the credentials and logged in, and now it lists down the APIs available in my dev environment. So we can do the same thing for our prod environment. Similarly, I'm logging into prod environment. Okay, so you're seeing the APIs available in the prod environment. Likewise, you can set up API CTL, and please note that I have used the default mode there since I didn't set any modes or anything. So if you want to try the API CTL with different options and modes, you can refer this documentation. And from I hope you learn how to get started with API CTL, and you can refer the my introduction video and this with the WSO2 documentation for more details. From my next video, I'm going to show you how to migrate APIs in between different environments. So please like my video and hit the subscribe button for more useful videos like this. Thank you. See you in my next video.